I got stuck in the air bubble.
Everyone good? Great work.
I think people were sort of joking about it, but it was yeah, awful.
Ray! Look, I never told you. What? No! No!
And cut. Beautiful job.
And it looks amazing, but it was awful.
You go into a sort of quicksand, but then you end up at the underside of the quicksand, which is something JJ's always wanted to do. What's underneath all that?
Oh, it's so good. This is like the thing when you're a kid, you know, you don't quite know where it goes. It doesn't go down forever.
And then essentially, as you always are whenever you do something like that, you're in the subconscious. Now you learn things. What do you learn? You learn what happened to her parents. You learn about her ability to heal. Even when faced with something that could be perceived as threatening.
And you look, and there's a snake, a giant snake, a huge, scary giant snake. Oh my God, and it goes up. And Anthony.
There are so many new characters and situations and effects. I thought they would have used them all up on the first Star Wars. And, you know, I arrive in the studio and there's something quite magical to see in some new monster. I saw one today, great sort of splodge thing. And it's, of course, great fun to act with all that, and it's very stimulating.
I couldn't believe what the creature department had come up with. The most wonderful piece of engineering and puppetry, because various members of the team were coiled inside the clogs and sort of rolling it and slithering it. And at the back, somebody's got this main arm, you know, woof, and the face is coming out, you know.
Swing left, hand right.
Being like a big multi-person, a puppet, we all have to work in synchronization with each other, and if one of us is out of time, it kind of throws the whole thing off, and it can look a little bit clunky. So yeah, we all have to kind of tune into each other and really feel it.
This is my favorite part.
We wanted to have something for the actors to react to, so they had a pretty impressive stand-in version of that creature. That creates a much more immediate performance for JJ to watch and look at.
And can the snake in that position come back anymore?
There's some shots where, you know, you could still use the puppet, but for the most part, we basically replace it with a CG version of it.
Really low down.
You can sort of be like, it's sort of taking something out of you, but you're kind of focused on it. And then it could do the inhale. Good job.
Right.
Okay,
Pick anyone, they would have gone got popcorn.
I'll tell you what, weirdly,
I felt such a connection with the snake.
I'm not joking. Are you kidding?
No.
Because I totally did at the end when you were healing it.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
That's what acting's all about. You can't sort of go home and rehearse your reaction to a 9-foot ice monster's breaking through a wall. You know, you just have to go on the day and see what happens. But it's never dull.
What?
I'll be right behind you. It's fine.
What if your sort of soulmate in the Force was your enemy?
As she's walking out, we'll sort of arm out as we're extending.
Circumstance pits them against each other, but the Force bonds them together.
You'll walk out basically maybe this direction.
Yeah.
And the saber is in your hand here, yeah? So try turn the other way. That's actually probably better. That way I get the saber coming across camera.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They understand each other almost from a point of view of fate, and yet fate has made them enemies.
And 3, 2, 1, go. Got it. It'd be cool to do a couple versions. One that's more determined, one that's more afraid.
should explode that much that I say, bang! You know what I mean? Like, just for that, and then just go into.
Okay. And then I can make
like a quick, like step out. Yeah.
Because of its luscious nature, there's nothing like watching film, seeing that the exposure is right, that everything's right.
3, 2, 1, go.
I love shooting things practically.
And cut. Great job. That was great, Jay.
There's just a reality to framing something up and how the camera moves.
And if she lands here, we should be good for Carlos and for you.
Lovely.
Let's get the drone up in the air. Thank you.
Here we go. And 3, 2, 1, action. That's incredible.
Yeah.
Can you play A at 60 frames?
It's tougher emotionally than I thought it would be. The stuff with Adam always has been, so